Hey, Biker Trash here. Well, I had planned on reviewing Soundwave here today, but instead I saw something at Walmart that made me squeal with girlish delight. The Fall of Cybertron Grimlock. I still haven't played the game, waiting for it to hit the bargain racks, just because I've got such a backlog of games right now that it doesn't matter because I couldn't get to it anyway. Just looking at the package, it looks like this transforms like every Grimlock ever. Looking at the figure, it looks like it transforms like every robot ever. The hands come out the bottom of the dinosaur feet, the dinosaur legs become the arms, and the tail becomes the legs. The head ends up on the back, and that's about all you need to know about Grimlock. So, as an added challenge to myself, I am going to be doing this entire review while blindfolded. And I know it's easy to say that you're going to do something blindfolded and be off camera. I'm dead serious. I wish I had somebody here to assist me to work the zoom. Because if I zoom out far enough for y'all to be able to see I'm wearing a blindfold, you're not going to be able to see the figure. But I think right there would be a good compromise to where we can see everything there is to see. Who the hell's shirt is this? Must have followed me home from offshore. Because that sure ain't my cologne. Okay. So anyway, I'm here. Got the blindfold on. Okay. I guess I could have unboxed it first, but the blindfold's on now, so review started. If I take it off, I have lost. Okay. Okay, that feels like one tape gone. And really, I cannot see really anything, actually. All I can see is the lights through the cloth. I can't see anything. That's why I'm using scissors instead of my usual knife, because I just don't feel like having a knife in my thumb. Maybe it might be easier from the back. One thing I noticed, is the plastic they use for his chest. He is always, Grimlock's always got a gold chest. It's another. Oh, I said every Grimlock ever. The original Classics Grimlock didn't transform the same as every other one. He actually was the one oddball. Because I think even Energon Grimlock transformed. Okay, he's loose. Let's see. I guess this is his shield right here. Let's put this right here where I can find that by braille later. And I know there's a sword in this package. Actually, it feels like it would have gone right here, so maybe it fell out. No, that's my scissors. Well, where'd the... Okay. No, that's scissors again. Okay, put this aside. I don't need that anymore. Oh, no, that's the shield again. Okay, apparently mine didn't come with the, Oh, wait, what's... Oh, no, this is instruction manual. It's the shield again. Well, what the heck? Well, anyway, let's see, which side of this is the front? Okay, I'm gonna guess this right here is the front. Yeah, this is the back of the legs here. So you got Grimlock here, and he's very Grimlocky. It feels like he's got the the claws on the front and back of his wrist like normal. I don't know why they use this pale tan plastic, because until I got my spotlights on, I couldn't tell that there was a metallic in it at all. And I may have bitten off more than I can chew because I'm feeling the back, and I don't feel where I can just flip the head up. So I may have gotten myself into a bind here because maybe there is a little bit more new to this transformation than I was expecting. Okay, let's see now. This is gonna flip. Okay, I feel like the end of a tail right here. Just flip this up. See, got some tight joints for the weight, for the hips. Flip this up. If I can get it to do like I did the other leg. Here we go. Yeah, so anyway, no huge surprises except for the fact that the head is not just sitting on the, let's see if there's some, yeah, it's going to peg together right here. I feel a peg, so it's bound to have a spot to clip in. Let's see, I can feel the hands. That's fairly obvious right here. So, how do the hands go up in here? Oh, I see. The hands are going to fold away on this one, and oh no, a piece went flying off, and let's just ignore that for a minute. Let's just ignore that for a minute. You know, this is the kind of thing that you just shouldn't do. Get cocky and say you're gonna do something like this just blindfolded first time through transforming something. See, I don't understand what I'm feeling right here, because it feels like the hand is folded up into the bottom of the foot, but it's not level. See if I can figure out how to. Oh, wait. Okay, the head isn't as bad as I thought it would be. Okay, this is going to come out some more, feels like. Okay, so this is... Okay, so this is apparently that right there. The legs, it looked like whenever I had the inbox that the legs were going to come down, the arms going to come down a little bit. This right here isn't really clipping into place like I would hope it would. So yeah, there we have Grimlock. And actually, I did come a lot closer than I was honestly expecting to. Because you can... Yeah, Grimlock. What the world did I... Okay, there's the toe that went flying. I never would have found that with... Oh, and there's the sword. That's why I couldn't find it. Okay, but anyway, we've had a little fun and games. Time to get into the serious review. Go ahead and put this back to robot mode for now, just so I can do an actual review on this. Cause, alright, got him back in his robot mode so I can start the real review. All that blindfolded silliness is over. Out of package, he's a lot nicer than I actually expected, because the only thing that really takes away from him is the hollowness here in his shoulders. That's a little bit off-putting, but you can actually take and swivel the shoulders just a little bit. If you take and turn them to the front, to where you're looking at the outside of his shoulders more, it's hardly noticeable that the shoulders are hollow. Just a massive, massive looking and feeling figure. Just for size comparison, I was looking for my my classics, but I couldn't find him. And here he is next to the original G1. Just to give you kind of an idea of his size, and let me get a couple more current Voyagers out here. Wow, Soundwave is actually slightly taller. I mean, not even a quarter of a head, but it's surprising. I was expecting him to actually be taller. And here he is next to the Beast Hunters Optimus Prime. And yeah, I'm done with size comparisons for now. So anyway, posability-wise, you've got this weird joint inside the shoulder that I'm sure factors into the transformation in some sort of way. I didn't figure it out with my eyes covered, but this joint's a little loose. On the bright side, you can get him to come together, get his arms to come. Ugh. Well, hang on a second. This isn't making much sense to me. Okay, just because it moves, it doesn't actually affect the articulation of the arm very much. I thought that you'd be able to take advantage of that to get him in almost an arms cross pose like some of the Gundam kits you can that have a movable shoulder. But how about no? Got some very tight ratchet joints on this figure. I mean, almost stupidly tight. The shoulders are a ratchet joint. To go in and out at the shoulder is a ratchet joint. And this one right here is not too bad. But this shoulder right here is just stupidly tight. And actually, this right here, the way that I was complaining about the hollow shoulders, the only way they could have fit all the mechanism for the way this moves is with hollow shoulders. Otherwise, it would have been like this guy where you just had stuff covering up the shoulder joints. But this right here is actually fairly nice. As bulky as his arms are, of course, there is some limited posability. The sword doesn't hold in that tight in the hand. It's like the hands are just a hair too large. But really, I had to buy this guy. I mean, it's Grimlock. Optimus Prime and Grimlock. Anytime one of them guys comes out, I gotta buy him. But this is actually a pleasant surprise, because like I said, usually you have the... there's a couple of nice surprises with this guy. The head has a light up feature, the Tyrannosaurus head, and with these lights on, I doubt you'll be able to see it, but whenever you pull it back, it makes all these clear bits in his chest light up. In fact, let me go kill these lights and do it for y'all, just so y'all can see. Okay, so anyway, here he is with the chest lighty-uppy feature. Maybe that's why they couldn't put a decent gold plastic. Okay, get his sword and shield out of the way for just a moment. And let me speak about his legs now. They are very... Oh, wait, this clips. That might be why it's... Oh, never mind. Problem solved. I'm not going to complain about it anymore because I was the problem, not the figure. What I was going to say is that these joints that hold the tail sections inside of the legs are very loose, but actually if you keep on pushing them in further than I had, they actually clip into place. So, meh. Josh messed up again. I don't know if y'all can hear the rain. It's coming down pretty good. So anyway, very nice looking figure. It's a pleasant surprise because, like I said, I figured this would just be something they phoned in, but it's pretty well done. These joints right here in the knee are obscenely tight. I mean, I don't know, they might be loosening up slightly. It might have just been because it was brand new. But much tighter than they really should have been. But joints don't get tighter over time, so maybe it's a good thing that they're tight now, so if they loosen up in the future, it'll still work. The only joint in the leg that's borderline loose is right here going into this tail section. There's this little joint that does this, and that is the only one that I would say should have been tightened up. What I actually do with it is just lean it forward and go back one click with the knee, and that kind of gets him to where he'll balance pretty well. He's still borderline back heavy with the backpack right here, but it's manageable. I don't know, it's probably a game accurate face sculpt. I prefer the classics with the grill, with the teeth in his faceplate, but at any rate, no sense comparing him to others because this is the Fall of Cybertron version, so can't really compare him to something that's supposed to be just a reinterpretation of an original. So anyway, let's go ahead and try and transform this guy without a blindfold. Where I'm going to go ahead and get started again. Oh, and this is one of the first figures in a while I've transformed that didn't have a waist joint. So if that matters to you, he has no waist joint. Does it matter to me? A little, not much. Let's go ahead and get this guy back to where I had him. Gonna take and reach inside of here and pull the tip out a little bit and just cover up his thigh like that. So you got the toe folded down into the what is now the top of the leg. And the pegs I was trying to figure out how to line up are in the tail right here. So just got to play around with them until they're all lined up good, nice and happy, and then peg them in. And due to the tightness of the ratchet joints, it can take a little bit of doing just to get them just perfectly right, because right now it's acting like the legs are too wide. Ah, I see. This gray section right here for the legs has to clear the tail. You can't have it overlapping any at all. So the tail tip is what's going to actually hold that together. I'm going to take this, it looks like, and just go down with that. That's going to form like that, all nice, pretty, and professional looking. Now we're going to take this, and the head doesn't really go anywhere. The robot head just stays there. Fold this, the dinosaur head out. This is going to clip into place. Put his little tiny hands out. And here is what I was trying to figure out, and I couldn't at all. It looks like what you're going to do is put the shoulders as far out as you can get them. And then they're just going to take and come up underneath the body here. His robot chest, his dinosaur chest, is completely hollow from the bottom. I don't know if maybe you can use that for weapon storage or something, but it doesn't look like it. You're going to take his robot hands. The front toes, they have a panel that's actually hinged right here. You're going to take this forward, then fold this in, fold this back. And that's what I couldn't understand either, is that the foot wasn't flat, and it looks like it's just not a flat foot. You know, go like this, and his heel spur in dinosaur mode is going to be projecting down a little bit from the actual foot, so it's not flat. And that is him. Not a whole lot to do with the with them, you know, the this gimmick right here still works. Whenever the it lights up, the jaw's open. Then he's got his shield. You can just go ahead and peg that into a hip just so it doesn't get lost. This right here I kept thinking that, no, that hole's too small. It would have been nice if underneath the tail they could have put a little peg to be able to store the sword. And actually there's a screw hole right here, but it's just too small. Now, articulation-wise, you don't get a whole lot because the way that this pegs in here, it pretty much locks the hip into position. You can't pose him in dinosaur mode except for his little bitty midget arms. That being said, I can still live with it because it looks good. This is one of those figures that will probably live in robot mode. But still, a fairly nice dinosaur mode. The legs coming into the tail right here, it would have been nice if it had been a little bit narrower down at the bottom, coming up to a wider calf area, so that rather than his tail getting big, then smaller again before getting into his body, it would have just tapered up. But really, this isn't horrible. Like I said, it's a little bit awkward just in this area right here. But all in all, I would have to say this is, what is it, like $23 they are now? Well spent. So, good figure. If you don't have enough Grimlocks in your life, go ahead and pick this guy up and enjoy. Y'all have a good day, and don't play with knives with blindfolds on. And just for size comparison, here he is again with the Generation 1 Grimlock. So really, you know, Generation 1 toys were small. I always remember them being small. But really, he's not all too terribly tiny. Y'all have a good one. Again, I'm done for real this time. I can't believe I sat through this.